Hi everybody, welcome back to Bring Life Indoors. It's Moira here. I hope you're doing well. Just want to grab my mat and having yourself a beautiful day. As you can tell, it's already right at the end of the day, but it's never too late to do plenty things, isn't it? Wow, at least that's how I feel. So yeah, I've been talking about these Hoyas for a while now to say I need to check what's going on, and especially these two. I'll show you the other two which I haven't brought forward, which I'm still wondering if I should attend to them or not. They look amazing. They haven't given me any issues, but this one has been giving me some issues, and I thought, you know what, why not attend to it, these two? So in the sense of, it's not growing as it used to. And yeah, I think it just, sometimes plants, all they need is really fresh new soil, because like I said, I've been planted these for 4 years or more. Ever since I got them and I literally just changed the soil they were sitting in when they got home, the day I got them 4 years or so ago. And then I never repotted them again. And it was obviously just to change the soil they were sitting in. That was it. So yeah, I'm just gonna take them out and see how they're doing and give them fresh new soil. Like I say, I wouldn't be surprised if they are pot bound. This is how the roots looks, but I want to remove as much soil as I can to give them, this one is still moist, to give them fresh soil. And the nice thing about Hoyas is that their root system is not like, the soil is going to my nose. I feel like I'm gonna sneeze. The smell of the soil. Hoyas don't have a very big root system, so that's why you can get away with it being in the same pot for years, because they take a while you can see, look at that. So I'm not even gonna up pot it at all. I'm gonna give it the same pot it was sitting in, just fresh soil, and that's it. So I've been stressing about, the one other thing which I wasn't doing this was, you know what, I don't have pots bigger than, cover pots which are slightly bigger than what I do have nursery pots, which are definitely different sizes and bigger. But I didn't have cover pots which will fit the next size. And I felt, if I'm going to repot these things, I need to make sure that I do. But I've been thinking about it to say, you know what, every time I had to repot these little Hoyas, I do have some of small Hoyas in my house which are propagated from these Hoyas. Every time I had to do that, I saw how the root system is not a very big root system, and it was always rare that I had to go bigger with a pot. And I was thinking about that this week, and I was like, you know what? No, man, I can actually just use the pot it is sitting in, so that's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna give it the same pot it was sitting in, just fresh soil, right? Just fresh soil, nice draining soil. They love a good draining soil. So make sure that you give your Hoyas a good draining soil, yeah. So that's what I'm gonna do. That's what I'm gonna do. So the soil I'm using, in case you're wondering what soil am I using, I'm using a cactus or succulent potting mix, and then in it I've put perlite and bark, yeah, and so that's what I'm using for my Hoyas, and so yeah, that's, I think from here it will grow beautiful. It was, you see, we're losing, I just lost the leaf, but obviously this is from me repotting. It should be bigger than this. I'll show you the other ones. But I think at some point it just started going downhill. But I knew that we need to check what's going on down here. Not even check, but just give it fresh soil. You know what I mean? So that's what I'm doing. I need to decide on the other two, and I'll show you why I'm skeptical about it. It's how it has grown and weaved itself onto where it's hanging, and I have to decide whether to unweave it and and repot it. Though I know they will appreciate that, but I don't know if I'm up for it tonight to do that, honestly. I don't know if I'm feeling up to it, if I had to be honest. Okay, this looks amazing. This looks good. Let's just add more. I'm damaging my new leaves. Can you believe it? This one is getting new growth. This is new growth, and I've just torn one leaf, and I don't like that. But that's the thing with repotting. You are bound to damage a few leaves, and you're gonna have to just be okay with it. There's nothing you can do about it. Okay, this one is done. It's gonna go back into its catch pole, and go back to enjoying life. It was moist, the soil was moist, so I'm gonna leave it like a day or two before I water it. I'm not gonna water it tonight. The soil was definitely moist still. And the nice thing about Hoya, you can tell if you don't know whether it needs water or not. Well, I always encourage you to stick your finger into the soil, but also you can check whether they are old. Don't use their new growth because it's sometimes nice and still firming up. But if the leaf is not soft and not easy to bend, it's still fine. It's like it's got the characteristics of a succulent. Yeah. So, like I say, I'm not gonna water it tonight. So yes, the other one, I've had this one also 4 years or so or more. Never reported. Well, I did, but that was when it came home. So let's see this one. This one terrifies me. I feel like it's more pot bound than the other one. Even the pot doesn't want to come out. Oh, look at that. Exactly what I thought. Completely pot bound. And now my worst nightmare was I don't have a bigger pot, but maybe I can give it a terracotta. I think this one I'm going to give it as a terracotta pot. It will appreciate a terracotta pot because I do have a slightly bigger terracotta pot. Let me just grab it. But can you see it's pot bound? That's why it has been drying up so quickly and not looking as great as it usually does. Even the color, it is not as vibrant as it should be. All right, I thought I had a terracotta pot. The ones I have are too big. I thought I had a size right for this, but this is too big for me. This feels way too big. It's two sizes up from where it's coming from. This on the one hand might just be the right size for it. So this one might just be, what works. I keep my nursery pots. I wash them and I put them away. I don't throw them away. I recycle them. So for days like this, when I need to pot up a plant, then yeah, I've got something to use. Otherwise, you need to go back to the nursery shop and go buy the very thing you just threw away. This one, on the one hand, you can say just slightly, let's see. I think if I tease the soil a bit, sure, yeah, it's really, now I understand why it feels the way it feels. Now, let's see if I put it in here. Well, it's actually not a bad size, eh? It's actually not a bad size. Yeah. I think I should put it in here, and all I will do is get it a basket or get it like a, obviously I need a bigger catch pole. I don't have something this size. Okay, I think this will do. Okay, I think it will really appreciate room to grow. It's a big plant, it's big. So I've had these, like I say, for 4 years or more. 4 years or more. And I love Hoyas. They're very easy to care for plants. No issues at all. I find them very easy. Pests-wise, I've dealt with mealybugs. Once in a while you'll get mealybugs, but that's easy fix for me. I don't stress about mealybugs, honestly. As long as I've learned to attend to it the minute I pick it up, I see them, because I check my plants regularly, so it has never been out of hand because I check my plants regularly, and I also clean them, and sometimes I take them to the shower. Like now, when I'm gonna water them, for this one needs water, it's super dry. I'm going to take it to the sink, cover it with a soap solution, a dishwashing soap solution, and then rinse it. Make sure that it's nice and clean, no dust and stuff. And thoroughly water it, and that's it. If you keep your plants clean, you keep pests away. Chances of you dealing with pests all the time becomes less, when you keep your plants clean. Doesn't mean you're not going to have pests, but, it will be less. I don't know how to put it. That's why I say, and when you regularly check on your plants, you'll see if there's pests, you'll catch them earlier. You'll catch it early to deal with it early, before it becomes a bigger thing to have to, I remember the first time, early days when I started collecting house plants, I didn't know what a mealybug was. And I had bought a plant which I hanged. We have a square. It's an outside, like the way it's built in. I'll show you another time. But it's a square, and in that square, you can see it through the kitchen and the music area and whatever. So I wanted to, and there's glass, there's window on the kitchen side and a glass on the music side and a window on the other side. So yeah, and the other side is a wall. So I thought to put plants inside that square, which looked amazing, and I hung the plant in there. And one day I'm watering in there and I realized this thing is covered with white kind of a looking thing, dust. It looked like cotton balls. And I thought, oh, what was happening outside? Because on top it's open. There's no roof, it's open. So when it rains, it's beautiful because then they can get water and whatever. But I thought it's just stuff from other trees outside or whatever. I don't know. And I didn't quite bother myself. And as time went on, it got worse. And I realized, no, and the plant was beginning to look like to really go down. And I realized, and then I Googled to say, what is the white stuff on my plant? Mealybugs came up, and I thought, oh, they're like pests. And I was like, I didn't know what to do, how to. There was instructions on what to do, but it was so much that I didn't feel like I have the capacity to deal with it. So I decided to take the whole plant, put it in a black bag, threw it in the dustbin, and washed that square, that part of the area, that part of the house. I sprayed it, I washed it, whichever way you want to look at it, I really, in case there was any eggs left or whatever, it was a disgusting thing to see for me. I thought, oh my goodness. And after that, I went to jump in the shower because I felt like I was covered with these things, though I was not. You know the feeling? But anyway, so that was my first experience of mealybugs. And from there, I knew that the so-called mealybugs, and it might start off looking like a white cotton ball or whatever, but it's very deceiving that way, until they start walking around, then you realize you're dealing with something else. But anyway, that's what I wanted to do today. This one is definitely dry. You can see this is what I mean by when the leaves bend so easily, it means it needs water, So this one I'm definitely gonna shower it and wash it and then give it thorough drinking and find a catch pour for it, because now I don't have exactly what I was thinking. This one I'm still fine. I'm terrified to look at the others. I'll take you there before I end this video. Let me just take you there. And if I do them, I'll probably do them another time. Let's see. Please excuse the lighting. Now here's the other Hoya I'm talking about. It has weaved itself in that hook. I hooked it on, and all of that growth went up there. How? I don't know. Trust me, I had nothing to do with this. And and with this one, somehow I feel we are still okay. I don't know, but I might have to check it. I have to check it like I've just done others, because I don't want it to decline like the other one did. And here is the other one, which also I won't be surprised. It's also dry. You can see when the leaves, can you see how they bend? That's how you know. But it also might be pot bound, but like I say, I really need to get pots. But it looks amazing. These two, the ones I'm showing you, they've got no sign of stress and no sign of nothing. They're still thriving, but I also don't want them to get to that place where they begin to stress because the conditions they're in is not good for them. So I definitely, once I get pots, I need to definitely uppot these. But this has been fun. I am done. I'm going to stop here. Definitely give the other one a good rinse and a good drink of water. And until next time, and the other two, I'll definitely attend to them once I've gotten pots this week. But anyway, it's been fun. Have yourself a beautiful evening. Check your plants. Don't do what I've done where you know, you leave them to a state where they are not happy with you. You know, check them and repot them. They will love you for it. Bye.